Hello everyone, my name is Jay Cephas, and in this 5-paragraph essay I will be psychoanalyzing everybody based on who their Super Smash Bros. Main is. Has this been done before? Absolutely. Has it been done by me? No. So there's room for improvement, right internet? Alright, there's a lot, like 80 something of these guys, so we just gonna go ahead and jump into it, alright? So you're a Mario main. Everybody loves Mario. You are easygoing, cool, easy to deal with. You probably don't take the game super serious unless you win. You get on a hot streak. Okay, yeah, cool. I'm a Mario main. Also, if you've been making Mario for a while, since the OG days, you're probably kind of open to change, seeing as how they changed his down special. So you're easygoing and go with the flow. Everybody loves you. Everybody. There is no problem that brute freaking strength cannot solve. You're a party animal. You know it. You know who you are. But you don't really take the game that seriously. You know, it's fun for you until somebody disrespects you, okay? And then it's on like, well, you get the joke. Chances are, if you're a Link main, you probably are a lot like Link. You don't really talk a lot, but you have a wanderlust and a thirst for adventure, and you like having kind of a tool for every situation, even though you always have the good old staple Master Sword in your back pocket. You probably are not super competitive at the game, but at the same time, you feel pretty confident you can 1v1 most people. And even if you lose horribly, you know you did your best. If you are a Samus main, there is a chance that you are either A legit OG gamer, or B, you probably started using Samus back in the day when we didn't have Mega Man as an option, and you kind of just stuck with her. But you like her. You like her a lot. She's like an old comfortable shoe that you like fitting into now. Dark Samus is for people who... What game was she in? Prime, I think? Metroid Prime? Well, whatever game Dark Samus was in, you really, really like that game. Yoshi mains probably are not super competitive, probably don't take the game real seriously. It is a party game after all, but at least they're fun to be around. They're fun to have. Kirby appeals to a very specific niche of person. Someone who adores cute and lovable things, loves pink, but also has a thirst for chaos and violence, and a voracious appetite. If you're playing as Fox, there's a pretty high chance of you being incredibly competitive at the game. You take it personally if somebody beats you, even if it's a close loss or whatever. You like the nimble athletic characters, obviously, and you might have certain things you like to do outside of the game as well, since it is, you know, a Fox character. But hey, no judgment here. Pikachu mains are OG Pokemon people. A good Pikachu main will get you through a lot of things if you got one on your team, and if you're fighting a Pikachu, you watch out. If you're a Luigi main, you probably have a little bit of a Napoleon complex. I mean, let's be real. You're a cool sort of person. You got a lot going for you. You might even have some money saved up somewhere, apparently. But even though you are this just really awesome person, you're still always in some other asshole's shadow, and that bothers you a little bit. So NES mains are kind of hard to nail down, because I feel like NES mains, if you're a NES main today, you probably are one of the OG Smash players from back in the day. Back when virtually nobody in the West had ever played or heard of Earthbound/Mother. And he was arguably the hardest person to unlock on Smash 64, and his moveset sort of made him seem like he was a sort of high-tier character. So a lot of people, I think, maybe have this attachment to him because of all that sort of aura around him from back in the day. He's still a very viable character, very technical, but I mean, if you haven't moved on to Lucas yet, you probably are going to be a lifelong NES main as long as he's in this game. And you know what? That's cool. You like different stuff. Even if just, I don't know, the character bothers me. Don't know why. Can't explain it. But it's cool, I guess. Tier lists will come and go, right? But style is forever. Shout your last name before you punch somebody. Let them know who hit them, all right? Also, you're probably the sort of person who, when you're playing the game, you will pause it and get the camera mode and all the fun little positions. You probably have like this rush of endorphins when you finally connect that Falcon punch or knee of justice. And you've probably also cried during anime episodes where strong men were fighting. I really have no idea how to psychoanalyze a Jigglypuff main. I don't know that there are that many who are. If are, you're probably somebody who doesn't take it super seriously, but you're still chaotic enough to like give a damn in the moment. So you might be one of the most dangerous people of everyone on this list. Everyone. Just look at those soulless eyes. I mean, what can we say about the Peach main? She's got utility. She's chaotic enough with sort of the randomness of some of her abilities to kind of tickle a couple different aspects of playing a party game like this. She's fun. If you like the frills, you like the princessy vibe, absolutely she's for you. I've seen some Peach players be monsters. Take everything I said about Peach mains with Daisy, but instead of drinking mimosas for breakfast, you drink straight whiskey for breakfast. Chances are, if you're a Bowser main, you probably are an actual monster. I don't make the rules. That's what the book says. But not really though. Bowser mains, you probably you like strength, but not just like physical, like flexing them strength. I mean like power. I mean like unstoppable force. You are literally a vector that cannot be moved or rerouted. And I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of respect I have for that. Ice climbers, it's kind of like having an extra life at the same time, I guess. I don't really know many ice climber mains, frankly. They're cute, I guess. You probably really value teamwork and companionship. It's just really depressing when one of them kicks off and the other one doesn't. And you're all alone. Okay, so you're probably a little upset when the Sheik Zelda sort of 2-in-1 character thing split off. But you're okay with it because now you have another move that you can use with Sheik. Let's get all that magic hocus pocus crap out of the way, okay? We're now just this super fast, super nimble ninja warrior. And that's cool, man. Chances are you were probably pretty upset when the Sheik Zelda sort of 2-in-1 character was split. But you're okay with it, man. There's no need to be running and jumping around like you're doing. You've got magic, man. You can hurl fireballs and teleport and reflect crap back at people, okay? You don't need throwing knives or whatever. No, man. Hey, Zelda's where it's at. Alright, so Dr. Mario, old favorite making a return. You're a cool guy. You are. You are just like a Mario main. Cool, easy to deal with. You might think you know a little more than you actually do. Maybe your credentials are questionable, but that's fine. That's fine. Also, Dr. Mario, a little bit of a purist because he still has the same down B that he had back in the day, the tornado versus the flood. So, I don't know, maybe you're a little more resistant to change. Maybe you voted Republican. I don't know. I can't think of a lot of people who main Pichu on purpose, but I guess you are just so enticed by how cute he is. And maybe it's an underdog thing too, Maybe that's part of it. Maybe Pichu mains are like Luigi mains because they have an underdog syndrome. They're like, oh man, he hurts himself, but he still keeps trying. He's like Deku from My Hero or whatever. He's cute. That's all I have to say. You like cute things. You probably love animals, and hey, love that you love animals. So Falco people are a lot like Fox people, but somehow more smug. Like they don't get in like the same competitive zone. They're not like reflect, wave dash and L cancel and all this. They just get kind of a cheap shot on you and then laugh in your face about it. That's more like a Falco main. He's also got the highest hops of anybody in the game. I think is still the case. So, yeah, he's there to be competitive, but still kind of like spit in your face if he gets the chance, or if he loses too bad. Pretty miserable person. I should know. All right, so there's a lot of Fire Emblem characters in here, and we start with the one who started it all, Marth. Chances are you probably like anime. Fair, not a complaint. But you like anime, you probably have studied the blade at some point, or think you've studied the blade. You probably have a blade collection at home. Hey, no judgment, man. Everybody's got to have a hobby. But, you know, Marth's a very viable character. Been there for years, generations now. So, no hate on Marth. Very viable, and you probably are fairly competitive at the game. You should be proud of yourself. If you're a Lucina main, you like Marth, but you also like the representation of having a female there now. That's cool. Or maybe you like her game more. I don't know the Fire Emblem games well enough to rattle that off, but insert her game here is probably one of your favorite games. Kind of like a Link main, but a little quicker, a little weaker, a little, you know, sort of a difference there. But probably Ocarina of Time and or Majora's Mask changed your entire worldview. I know they did mine. You were either a bully or you were bullied at one point in your life. But either way, you're not going to take it anymore. You're not going to be pushed around. You are going to be, like I alluded to earlier, a force of just unstoppable fury. A single punch can level anybody in the game. Anybody. And you know it. And you will smirk and laugh. And people will love you until you let your monster side fully show. Same goes for how you play the game. You're cool until you're not. Because you were an ass to somebody. Mewtwo mains, probably. Watch the first Pokemon movie. That's all I have to really say about that. Mewtwo does have a certain charm for people who are psychic fans, more cerebral types. He's also kind of got that little bit of, he's not really a villain, but, you know, kind of closer to a villain than he is a hero. So, you know, when he laughs, you know, it gets certain synapses firing in your brain. There's a cool sort of vibe to playing as Mewtwo. And you know that, and you like it. You like being that guy. That's cool. Roy is, if you like playing as Marth, alright, you're a swordsman, okay, but you also like fire. I really don't know what to say about Chrom mains, but if there are any Chrom mains, I would probably take a guess and say that they are fans of Critical Role. They probably use McCree in Overwatch. Basically what I'm saying is here, they're probably fans of Matthew Mercer. That's what I'm getting at. Game & Watch. Well, he's fun. I don't use him personally, but he is he's an interesting character. He's got a lot of little silly moves. He's chaotic. He appeals to the chaotic brand and mindset of this game, and he's got some moves that can one-hit KO people. He's got just all kinds of weird moves that sort of like transfigure him a little bit, because he's just, you know, sort of this sketch, basically. So he's cool. You probably fancy yourself something of an oddball too, and that's fine. You probably laugh when you see him do some of the silly things that he does, like turning into a giant octopus. You know, Mr. Game & Watch, everybody. I could make some just, you know, contrived joke about Meta Knight mains being edgelords, but I'm not. Because although I'm sure some edgelords do play as Meta Knight, I think most Meta Knight mains are actually like OG gamers who played like Kirby's Adventure and Kirby Superstar and like know the character from like his earliest iterations, right? And they were probably really excited when Brawl came out. And they probably, some of them probably changed their playstyle a little bit just because they wanted to be that character. So you're probably somewhat adaptable, but now that you've kind of gotten in your ways, you want him to be like he was in Brawl, where he was freaking dominant. And it's never going to be like that again. But you still love the character, so you still use him. Also, there is a chance, based on similarities alone, your favorite band might be Avenged Sevenfold. Pit would be another OG character. Really don't know what to say about him. I mean, he is all that's good and wonderful in the world. He is the epitome of, let's go get him, everybody. Let's do the thing. And you're probably a lot like that too. You probably have a very positive disposition and don't like when people drag you down. And for that, I salute you. Dark Pit, here's where I'm going to say, okay? If you're a Dark Pit main, you're probably an edgelord. He is literally Pit, but like with a rifle and a hammer instead of, Pit's more lithe, heavenly weapons. Yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about that. Zero Suit Samus. Well, what can we say about Zero Suit Samus? She doesn't have her suit. There is something about that character, though. You like having the character, but maybe the suit doesn't really speak to you. So, having somebody who's a little bit more nimble and can sort of bounce around, but you're still technically playing as Samus, there's something to be said for that. You're still repping what you like, but it plays more to your suit. So, okay, so Wario gets a bad rap, right? And I've said this several times. I think Wario deserves basically redemption as far as video games concerned. He's basically been a bad guy, this nasty dude, or had his WarioWare games. I think Wario should have like his own side scroller, man. He's cool. He just gets this bad rap, and that's probably what you are. If you're a Wario man, you could probably relate to old Wario man there. He's kind of weird. He's kind of got this reputation for being an ass, but dude's filthy freaking loaded. He could care less what other people think. He is living the time of his life. With legs that short, he ain't got no business on a motorcycle, but you know what? He's driving it anyway because he wants to, and he ain't gonna let nobody tell him no. In a weird way, be more like Wario. You are probably out there living your best life, or are trying to, making your way toward that. You're Wario main. If you're Snake main, well, there's a good chance you probably loved Metal Gear Solid. I really don't know what else to say beyond that, other than the fact that Snake's playstyle is very technical. So it's kind of hard to go toe-to-toe with people. He's got some good, toe-to-toe moves, like being able to... He's broken in sudden death because you just literally roll into people. So he's got some close-range utility, but a lot of his is trickeration and laying C4. So you probably have that artificer mindset if you are really a Snake main. Ike is for people who like playing with swords, but are also done asking and are now telling you, look, this what finna happen is. If you can't decide which of 3 characters you want to be, hell, try them all 3 of them at the same time. You probably are really good at RPGs and sort of strategery and thinking and that sort of thing. So there's a lot to be said for somebody who actually mains Pokemon Trainer. Donkey Kong Country 2 was the best game on the Super Nintendo. It is arguably the best game of all time. So if you're Lucas main, there's a chance that by the time he came around, you had probably actually played a Mother/Earthbound game. And so he's kind of like Ness, but with like a new coat of paint, right? You like Sonic, man. Speed. You are speed. You love speed. Go fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go now. Gotta get it there. Get there immediately, if not sooner. Where we at? We gotta be there now. You might like chili dogs too. King Dedede is actually a pretty complicated character to use. He's slow, but he's got a lot of power. You just have to know what to do. So you probably have a very good understanding of how sort of the game within the game works, and timing and concepts and stuff. So if you are a good King Dedede main, you probably really understand the game very well. You could probably be something like a coach or a mentor or something, because you have that sort of mindset. Olimar's for people who, again, maybe have more of that artificer mindset, but kind of like organization, kind of like pointing and saying, this is the thing we need to do, and this is the thing we need to do, and having all their ducks in a certain kind of row. Basically, you might be something of a control freak if you're Olimar, but that's fine. Hey, if it's your ecosystem, do what you got to do to keep it from pissing you off, right? Lucario is for people who want to play Dragon Ball Z, but Smash Brothers is currently in Switch. Rob, well, you either had an NES and a very short-lived peripheral that went with it, or you like robots, man. You know, we're getting to the point in Smash Brothers where the only robot is not, Samus in her suit. You actually have a robot that can fly and shoot lasers and crap. It's cool, man. It's cool. There's nothing wrong. I've always wanted a Gundam too. Hell, he's interesting. He's got the cat eye thing going on. He's got personality. You're probably a little bit of a chaotic person if you like Toon Link. It's fine. You can be who you want to be. Just don't laugh when you're winning. That really makes you look like a psychopath. Wolf. Well, see, Wolf is sort of in the same league as Fox a little bit. You're probably competitive, but you're more punchy than you are pokey. Also, the thing about Fox mains having maybe a side hobby is probably a little bit more obvious with Wolf mains. That persona thing really comes through, probably tickles you a little bit when you use his howl taunt. Well, villager mains, I mean, obviously you like Animal Crossing. That's cool. Maybe you're a builder. He's kind of got the Swiss Army knife thing going for him too. But those soulless eyes, I mean, we've been waiting on Mega Man for a while. You have to be good, Mega Man, to be good with them. To really main them, you got to be good. And chances are, if you're a main with Mega Man, you're really, really good. If you main Wii Fit Trainer, I've got a hot take for you here. You're probably a sociopath. Rosalina Luma. So you're probably not super competitive, but you still know how to play the game a little bit because she has a little bit more technical character with how she sort of draws and closes distance with the Luma and everything. But really, you're just repping one of the best games that ever came out on a Nintendo console. And, I mean, that makes you just cool. That just makes you cool just by itself. There's nothing I can say. You like being fast and furious. You do. You like to be a dynamo. You've got energy, boundless energy. And you'll take it seriously, but you won't really hold a huge grudge if you lose. You might be a little sore. Your biggest thing is just the whole recovery thing. You wish you could do more. And that wish to be able to do more makes you want to be better and try to be better and try to strengthen the areas where you're really good so you don't put yourself in those situations. It's a lot like actually being like an athlete or a boxer, something like that. I've played Greninja a little bit. He's cool. I don't know that I could put my finger on what being a Greninja main would be like. It seems like you'd really like Naruto or something like that. If you play as the Mii fighters, well, you really kind of like yourself. You put yourself into stories. You write stories around yourself. You design OCs a lot. I'd say Mii fighter, but you probably have Miis that look like other characters from other games or whatever. Or maybe you're OCs. You're probably a creative person, and you like to try and insert your little slice of creativity, try to overlap them with the established quote-unquote canon of the Smash Brothers universe here, and there's nothing at all wrong with that. How viable it makes you as far as the meta, I don't know, but it's fun. Let the creativity, just go with it. Don't be ashamed. Palutena speaks to a type of person who likes women in positions of power to be strong, but also soft. Pac-Man players are probably OG gamers. You're repping it, man. He's got a good moveset. It's just he kind of sticks out a little bit amongst all the other Nintendo characters. So does Snake, though. So who are we? What are we talking about here? Robin is for people who play Mage in other types of games where you can choose your class. Robin's actually a really cool character. I like the concept of it a lot. Shulk, I really don't know what to say. You like being able to do a little bit of everything. You probably like shows like Ben 10 or I'm trying to think of another show right now. Basically where the main character can transform or take on some other ability to be able to counter what's ever in front of him. That's what Shulk, I mean, that's Shulk's MO. So you probably like that sort of trope a lot. If you use one of the alternate skins for Bowser Jr., you're playing as the Koopalings. And if you're playing as a Koopaling, you get automatic props from me. Bowser Jr., I could care less about. He bothers me. But the Koopalings, like you play as like Roy or Ludwig, now we're talking. Duck Hunt mains probably were that way because that was before we knew Banjo and Kazooie were going to be in Smash Ultimate. And they got really good with Duck Hunt and figured out, hey, this is actually a pretty cool character. And they mostly use it to piss people off, I would imagine. Ryu mains probably spent a lot of time in arcades or bashing it out on like Super Nintendo with Street Fighter 2 or something like that. Low light kick, mid light punch Shoryuken. Math means different things to you than it does to most people in academia. Cloud, well, obviously you like swords. You probably like big swords. You like spiky-haired protagonists. You like people whose outfits don't really make sense. Cloud hits all these things for you. Real talk, you probably love Final Fantasy VII. You probably love RPGs. And this little piece of representation here is pretty cool. Pretty cool, honestly. Maybe slightly out of place, but cool. I really have no idea what to say about Corrin. I guess if you like dragons, that's cool. And I'm not trying to boo-hoo on Fire Emblem. That's Fire Emblem, right? I'm not trying to boo-hoo on Fire Emblem. I just don't know enough about the character to be able to say. I don't know that I've ever played as them. I don't know. And I don't know that I've seen that many. I don't know that I played against that many Corrins. But you gotta like dragons, I guess, right? Bayonetta, people. There's a very particular set of qualities that you look for in a woman. Or if you are a woman, you probably have a certain set of qualities that you would like to exhibit. If you're an Inkling main, you probably just DGAF about nothing, honestly. They do. They have that super chaotic energy. They've got a little bit of everything that they can do. Fun attacks. When they speak, it's just kind of like this, like blah, 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 like stuff. I don't play as Inkling a lot, but when I do, I have fun. It's just fun to play as them. They're fun people, and you're probably fun if you play as an Inkling. You know, stick it to them. Hell with them. So you finally got your giant pterodactyl space pirate man thing or whatever. Okay, cool. I guess you're used to yelling until you get your way. I don't know. I kid. This is a little bit like the Bowser thing. You probably see yourself as a legit monster. That's fine. That's fine. I don't know that you're as unstoppable as Bowser, but you like being a monster, but also to fly. Simon is a guy who's obviously for kind of, big buff dudes. I mean, look at the guns. If you have this just overwhelming urge to cast out the evil around you, you're probably a Simon main. Really, you probably do have a sense of duty and purpose, and you are strong, but you also can play a little technical, and you're probably semi-competitive because people don't really expect you to be as good as you are with them. Richter, kind of a similar thing to Simon. He's, strong man. He probably has a little bit more of a guilt complex, though, and probably you do too. There's something in your past that you are having a hard time letting go. Let go of it. It's like a hot coal. You're doing nothing but hurting yourself by holding it. Let it go. Just let it go. King Rool, my man. This is another one who people yelled about till they got their way, except he actually has a little crown. Seriously, he was kind of broken when he first came out. You probably played him. We got to watch all our childhood favorite characters just get the crap beat out of them by a crocodile with a musket. It's cool. He's a little less dominant now, but he's still got a lot of utility. You probably are somewhere between a bully, but also a little bit chaotic. You're out to take what's yours and out to really just stomp your foot down and be like, hey, I'm in the house now. Y'all need to get your ish together. Also, just for the record, I worked really hard on these drawings, as you can tell. Does it not look like I made like some child's rendition of Super Croc-Man or something? It's silly. Obviously you're probably an Animal Crossing player. We'll drop that. You probably either think that she is so adorable and so helpful because you play Animal Crossing and she's always like an assistant or part of resident services or something. She is a godsend to us, to you, and helps you so much. You relate to that and you want to kind of step in her shoes. Or you want to know what it's like to walk around drinking your little glass of whiskey or wearing your Gucci sweaters or whatever, because let's be honest, she's got style. Shizu's got mad style, okay? Incineroar, my boy. Probably, if you're in a Incineroar main, he speaks to another sort of certain niche. Guys who are maybe a little bit bigger, a little bit beefier. Probably, yeah, obviously, if you're a wrestling fan, you probably enjoy him. But even if you're not a wrestling fan, you just kind of a big beefy dude who likes to kind of show out and just sort of like beat your chest every so often when you do something cool. And Cinnaroar's for you because he literally taunts after like every big hit he does. He's just on the edge of just being too much, but he always keeps it in check, and I love it. Maybe I've used him a little bit. I literally can't think of why anybody would use Piranha Plant other than just LOL, so random. If you're a Piranha Plant main, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Joker, well, you like Persona, obviously. Bird Mask's kind of a big thing for you. You probably like JoJo, the show, a combination of the music and the whole whatever they call them. I forget, I never really played Persona. But yeah, Joker's got a lot going for him. He's kind of cool. He's kind of, hip and trendy. So you probably see yourself as such, but you also like some of that just off kilter stuff like JoJo references and jazzy piano. I really don't know what to say about hero mains other than like, you can do a little bit of everything and there's some utility there and you can do stuff and it's kind of like Shulk, but but the thing is too, you can be like one of like 8 heroes. It's kind of an enigma to me, and I'm sorry, I don't know. Banjo-Kazooie. You probably are painfully nostalgic for a simpler time in your life. But, it's cool, whatever. You and your best friend, you go out and you go on adventures. Kind of like Link, you kind of have a natural wanderlust. You might be a little bit more salt of the earth, though. You've probably listened to country music at some point in your life, too. But like good country music from like a few years ago, not mile marker 133 Rust Stop or whatever the hell it is Nashville's trying to pass off as music now. If you are Terry, you are a SNK sort of person. King of Fighters represent. You are either that and very proud to show that off, aggressively American in your stylization, or you might have been someone from a different country who thought it was really cool to be an American. Byleth, I don't know, man. You probably like Ruwubby. Modular weapons. I really don't know what to say about Min Min either. You like ramen? I don't know. She's fun. She's cute. She's from a more recent IP, so you kind of tend to keep up with things a little more. You're probably a fairly straightforward and down-to-earth person who just gets ish done when it's time to get stuff done. I like the character. I just haven't really played as her very much and don't really know a whole lot about it. If you play Steve, you probably like Minecraft. There's not a lot of nuance to that. Not trying to be mean, just being real with you. So, here's the thing about Sephiroth. A lot of people like Sephiroth. A lot of people play as Sephiroth. But as far as people who really and truly main Sephiroth, that is reserved for somebody who has always wanted to be a boss character. Somebody who has always wanted to say, look at me, I am here, it is undeniable, I will not be ignored. And there's no way to ignore that man. His one wing and his sword that's longer than he is. You were here to make a statement. You were here to say, look at me. I am beautiful, but I am also strong. Pyra and Mithra. Well, you probably at one point in time were a Sheik and Zelda main back when they used to be one character. You probably looked at that and said, what the hell? I thought we were trying to separate people out. Pokemon trainers back, and who the hell are these people? To be fair, I really don't know a lot about it either, so that's kind of where that stops. I guess double waifu if that's something. And that is that. We have gone through all however many characters there are in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Hopefully I described you and all your friends to a T. I feel fairly confident about that. So, I obviously spent a lot of time doing those drawings, so hopefully you liked it. Hopefully this was a learning experience and we had a chuckle along the way. That's the whole point of what I'm doing here. If you like what you see, and I appreciate, again, everybody jumping on board here recently and giving me some nice subs and some nice likes on some of my stuff. Really do appreciate it. Really, I do. All jokes aside. So, if you like what you see, share, tell a friend. If some reason you're watching and you're not subscribed, well, subscribe. It's like a button press. Please, and thank you. So, I will do more stuff like this, but I'll probably game again soon. I don't know. This isn't my only job, so it's kind of as I feel. But I appreciate you being here, being a part of this, and until next time, because I still don't have a fancy sign off. Bye. Shun dun dun dun.